Hello YouTube, Jumpy23 here. I guess I've become Kaboom's official commentator. I'm back for top 8 of Jimvitational play-ins, bringing you Kaboom versus xXEricXx. These two played in Revival top 32, and Eric won. So is it going to go the same way? There's only one way to find out. Kaboom starting with the Dugtrio lead. I guess Eric must have had a lot of Tyranitar lead in his scout, but it absolutely misses in this case. Oh, but a Zapdos is an interesting switch, not something you'd see on a Dugtrio lead team a lot. And it subs on the Skarmory. Baton pass into Armaldo. What the hell is going on? Oh, this must be the Vappy-Kuno team. If you watch a lot of if you watch a lot of Gym Gaming, you'll have seen this one from a famous ladder replay. This is looking pretty good for Kaboom, I gotta say. He kind of got the matchup he was hoping for. Eric's bringing a pretty standard, balancey stall team. Although, never mind. Eric brought an offensive team with a somewhat random Skarmory. This is like Fizz-Off plus a Skarmory. I wonder if there's a Magneton in back. But either way, I'm like missing all this stuff that's happening. Holy crap. So, Snorlax versus Zapdos, and the Zapdos deciding to stay in and attack the Lax. It is Rest Zapdos. And the Snorlax hitting Return instead of Body Slam is definitely also interesting and worth noting. I have no read on what Eric is doing here. But the Armaldo is one of the hardest Snorlax counters in the game, and he's just going to give it up because he knows that Snorlax isn't making progress here. That's interesting because it means Armaldo's going to get another knock, except for it doesn't. It switches into Zapdos, trying to avoid Toxic. That makes sense. The Zapdos has Rest, the Armaldo does not, and Zap is going to take a meaty T-Bolt on the Skarmory. I'm really having trouble getting my footing as I commentate this game. What the heck is happening? Well, Jirachi has come in and is getting Doug trapped, but it is a very slow Dugtrio and a fast Jirachi. That being said, Ice Punch did not get a freeze, and it didn't kill, so the Dugtrio managed to get through that one just fine. And now Gyarados is coming in. If Kaboom's only good Gyarados answer is Zapdos, which I expect it is, then this could be really scary. He's going to roar it out here with his bold Suicune, but he's not going to get many more chances. He's got to figure out how to like get a Rest or an Aromatherapy off on the Zapdos. So the Suicune rests here, and even at this point, it can kind of handle Silence, but he sacks Dugtrio and goes to Blissey in the back. Okay, this is probably a Thunder Wave and Aromatherapy Bliss, and there comes the Magneton on this Fizz-Off team. Yes, a very non-standard Fizz-Off from Eric's. Interesting. I kind of like it. I wish we got to see it in a different matchup, because this is not a super normal matchup. But at this point, I don't see how Eric's ever going to win this game. The Zapdos, did that thing get to heal? No, it's at 33. I guess that's how he could ever win this game. Oh, but he misses Toxic. And now the Zapdos is going to get to heal up outside of Gyarados range. Did we see the hidden power from the Gyarados? We did, but onto Suicune, it looked like it was doing stab damage. So hidden power flying Gyarados. It's probably got double edge for the Zapdos. But either way, at this point, you know, Thunderbolt, oh, well, that crit, I guess, sped things up a little bit, but Thunderbolt at this point was going to have no switch-in. Kind of started with no switch-in, honestly, with Lax. Now, that's pretty standard for a Fizz-Off team, for Lax to be your Thunderbolt switch-in, but just ran into a really fat team that was able to handle the Fizz-Off matchup. This is what I would call an inevitable conclusion. The Salamence can't Dragon Dance to be fast enough to outspeed the Zapdos. So Kaboom is just going to keep attacking until something dies and get... Oh, hold! Hold! Refresh Salamence. Does it OHKO everything? I think the answer to that question is it is no. Oh, it doesn't even kill the Blissey because it's not Brick Break. Normally Refresh is paired with Brick Break. I wonder what that set was. But anyway, it wouldn't have killed the Suicune. So... neat team by Eric, but yeah, Kaboom just had all the right things for it between the Zapdos, the Armaldo for the Snorlax, the bold Suicune, and Eric couldn't get a foothold. Alright, on to game 2. And we have Metagross lead into Tar lead. Now, this Metagross lead is probably going to be, yep, there it is, Houdini. If you lead Dugtrio game 1, you're fishing Tar lead, and if you whiff the fish, you're gonna try it again game 2. That's my philosophy on fishes, at least, is it's gonna hit once in the set. And now a Skarmory comes in. Houdini plus Skarmory is something that HClat has specifically railed against in the past as an uncombo. So we'll see if it works out for Kaboom. Eric bringing his patented Def Me. This guy is what you would describe as a Def Me merchant. And I think Kaboom probably knows the exact team that he's facing at this point. I would say this is heavily in Kaboom's favor. This team is very slow and stallish and has trouble. Oh, interesting. Calm Mind Celebi. Switching out into Skarmory on the Metagross as I would expect. This is a Protect Metagross, if I remember correctly. So it's not going to do that much. Oh, but he switches out to Swampert. I don't get that one. I really don't get that one. But he catches the Tyranitar coming in and changes it out for Celebi. I'm trying to figure out how Kaboom is trying to make progress in this game, because the Skarmory isn't going to move against the Def Me anytime soon. But I guess the Celebi is the answer. The Tyranitar using Fire Blast is interesting. Is that a Pursuit Tyranitar and it used Fire Blast to try and catch a Skarmory switch in? Because that could stop a Celebi sweep. Or is it a mixed Tyranitar, which might be close to useless? Now, Celebi isn't making it through Aerodactyl either. And the Skarmory comes in to try and eat an HP Bug, which is exactly what it does. That hidden power damage is definitely Bug. And Kaboom's last is Tyranitar. Now that's something that you like to have here. Eric does not have a very solid physical Tyranitar matchup, as Metagross, Celebi, Starmie, they're all like one correct prediction away from just getting smashed. But the Tyranitar on Eric's side being Brick Break means that's not an entry point. Celebi is still an entry point. Oh, but it's Pursuit Tyranitar from Kaboom. So never mind what I was saying. Wow, this is gonna be an interesting one and probably pretty long. So strap in, folks. How does this progress on either side? Kaboom's team does not actually have much longevity, but with no spikes down, it's going to be hard for Eric to really break anything short of trades. But if he trades, that's probably going to turn out in Kaboom's favor most of the time. So the Celebi comes in on Tyranitar again, and it crunches. Okay, so it is Pursuit Tyranitar, but he was afraid to go for the Pursuit into a potential Calm Mind where you do like 20 and then you're losing to Giga Drain. That makes sense. I forgot the Starmie was so low from taking a Giga Drain earlier. And here, it can't spin without dying. Oh, it's slower. It's slower than the Celebi. Wow, okay. That's how you make progress. Celebi faster than the Starmie. I must have missed that earlier. Means that it can't switch out. It will die to Spike plus Sand on the next entry. And it can't stay either. Very good switch by Kaboom into the Celebi as the Starmie comes in. I would say close to sealing this game. Yeah, here we go. Toxic Aerodactyl is a funny set. It breaks through Flygon, which I guess this team can really have trouble with, and also just like is good at stalling through Swampert eventually. But in this case, you know, it didn't work out, as Swampert was free to just throw off a Hydro. The Celebi is never making progress through Kaboom's Calm Mind Celebi, and yeah, I was wrong. This was a fast one. This was not a long game. I don't see how Eric ever turns this around. We know the Celebi doesn't have a boosting move. The Metagross might, but there's still 100% Swampert in the back, and then the Tyranitar is never going to win this game through Aerodactyl Celebi. So Kaboom just switching around at this point, trying to rack up Poison Chip on the Celebi. Now here you're going to Calm Mind, so that you can 1v1 the Pursuit Tyranitar. Okay, that works too. I would have Calm Minded and went to end the game, because the Metagross coming in the back, you want to two-shot that with Hidden Power Fire, just in case of like an Agility. Oh, you two-shot with Hidden Power Fire anyway, in case of an Agility into like Mash Raise. Although even at that point, I wouldn't be scared of that with 100% Swampert. But we do actually get Agility into Mash Raise, but the Hidden Power Fire 2-hit KO'd. Aerodactyl is always beating Celebi, as is Calm Mind Celebi. So, yeah. Eric also just said, good game in chat. So this did not go the way of their other set. Congratulations to Kaboom, you've made it to finals. Just one more game and you're through to the main event. I swear, one of these days, folks, I will commentate a Game 3, but today is not that day. Thanks for watching.